Well, we just did our own version of the Marrakech Express, and we are now in Marrakech in Morocco, and it's a nice 105, 106 degrees, and we're at a market, and I think we're going to do some a food tour.
It's an adventure. I love it.
Well, I hope it's not like right here on this corner. But apparently it is. This is to clean our hands. I'm not quite sure. But anyway, we're having Moroccan donuts. And we're going to have hot mint tea. Just what you need when it's 106 degrees. Hot mint tea.
The Crimean War was going to break out in 1859, and then the tea shipments were going to be blockaded with their ships by Gibraltar, and no more access to these Slavic and these Baltic countries. And so Moroccans were going to try.
So, how's your donut? Good. Good?
It's like syrup.
Yes, it's very sweet.
It is good. The markets are such an integral part of society here that our trip would not be complete without spending some time in the markets. They're really fascinating places to walk through. We found people that were rebuilding old suitcases and making them into new, sewing clothes right there on the spot. But you have to be careful of the sport called dodgeball with motor scooters. The guide is telling us that this is the famous square. I don't know what is famous about it, but there's a lot of activity going on. A lot of food, a lot of shops. And it is hot. This is one of the hundreds of local snake charmers that were all over the square, and it was fascinating to see them play with the cobras, and also pulled out a non-venomous snake, and one of our friends was able to hold it.
Your finger. Moroccan way.
One picture.
Moroccan way.
Okay, what's it called?
Tangine. T-A-N-G-I-N-E. Tangina.
Go ahead, let's eat that thing.
You go, girl.
Eat that puppy.
But it's Tagine. T-A-G-I-N-E. It is hot. Yeah, you're right. It looks like tagine. It is beef. And I really do pork.
Is a dish and the vessel. Tangine is cooked over charcoal on tangia. It's on the heat of smoldering ashes.
Oh, that's hot.
It's really hot. I feel it's deeply hot.
Ah, whoa, baby!
How did you pick that up?
Well,
Well, it needs mayonnaise and,
it needs mayonnaise.
and soft bread.
Well, our first day in Marrakech came to an end. Kind of a nice little sunset as we walked through the square, heading back to find our bus among the myriads of other buses out there. But it was an interesting first day in Marrakech. Well, good morning. After a good night's sleep in Marrakech at a Marriott, we are back on the go. We're going to spend most of the day exploring Marrakech again, and we are back at another mosque. This one looks a bit different. They say it's similar to the one in Seville, Spain. So this area of the palace was for the administration end. Not the Sultan, but the king or prince or whoever it was would sit over there. And then in these three different little coves, they would sit and wait their turn to present their case to the prince. This center one was for Jewish people, and you can tell that because of the Jewish star. The Jewish star surrounded by the 8-sided Islamic star. I don't know how many Muslim mosques or Christian cathedrals I've gone through, but they all have something that's a little unique, but there's probably more similarities than there are differences. This is the dining room. Every mosque or every palace has to have a center courtyard that has a fountain in it. I've yet to see one that doesn't have this. This is called the Court of Honor, where all the official celebrations took place, where entertainment took place. In fact, in those blue doors there lived 24 women who were musicians, singers, and actors who would perform out here as well. So this was all the important celebrations took place. Also in this court, there were some movies made. Jewel of the Nile, Michael Douglas, The Man Who Would Be King, and a bunch of others. This building was damaged by the earthquake back in October. And so they're fixing another beautiful garden as part of the palace. And of course, with the fountains and the trees and the greenery, it makes for a nice cool place to spend a hot afternoon. This is the Jewish quarter, and he said one of the reasons you know that is because of the balconies on the little apartments. But because the Jewish population was such a minority here in Marrakech that the synagogue is hidden behind the walls of the square. And he was pointing over this way. Not sure if it's still there or not, but anyway, he said the business was out front, the synagogue was in the back, and he said the Jewish sector was always very close to the palace. He had his versions of why that was. I think the version was they were smart. So anyway, this is the Jewish historical Jewish center in Marrakech. Check out this display of spices at this store. It wasn't long before we were back in the marketplaces. Our guide took us to what he insisted was the best place in the market, and that was the wool market. And so I think he took us to his cousin's favorite place, her shop. But it was interesting to see the way they dye the wool.
We sheep the sheep on his life. This is what we call the life wool. Life wool. We use it for weaving and for knitting.
The colors in this place were absolutely beautiful, and I enjoyed photographing them. We just spent 30-40 minutes at this herbalist, and we found something that cures everything, literally. So, and we all smell real good too. These next four pictures make me feel absolutely terrible. As we were walking around the market the first night we were there, I was just enthralled with everything, taking pictures of everything. And when I got back to the hotel room, I started looking at some of my pictures and realized I had passed a lot of people in need and not helped. And well, I'd really feel bad about that. So I insisted on having coins in my pocket the next day, so I could help out a little bit. And that brings our time in Morocco, particularly Marrakech, to an end. It's a beautiful place to visit. If you liked our video, please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel, Around the World in 274 Days. And be sure to hit the notification bell so you're notified every time we post a new video. Thanks for watching.